Have you ever watched your child jump off the couch, crash into furniture, spin in circles, climb everything in sight, and thought, why can't they just sit still? Maybe you've been told they're hyper. Maybe you've wondered if they have ADHD. Maybe you've tried reminding them 100 times to calm down. But what if I told you that movement isn't the problem? What if movement is actually the solution? Because here's something most people don't know. The developing brain was designed to move. In fact, movement is one of the primary ways children organize their nervous system, develop attention, build body awareness, and prepare their brains for learning. Today, we're going to explore the hidden neuroscience behind movement and uncover why some children seem driven to move constantly. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at hyperactivity the same way again. On this channel, we're diving deeper than parenting tips and therapy activities. We're exploring the science of childhood development so you can better understand what is happening inside your child's brain and body. Let's start with one of the biggest misconceptions in child development. Many adults think movement and learning are separate, but neurologically, they're deeply connected. Before a baby can talk, read, write, or solve math problems, they learn through movement. Rolling, crawling, climbing, reaching, balancing. Movement is the language of the developing nervous system. Every time a child moves, their brain receives information about gravity, balance, joint position, muscle activation, and spatial awareness. Think of movement as the brain's way of collecting data. The more meaningful movement experiences a child has, the more information the brain has to build an accurate map of the body and environment. And without that map, higher-level skills become much harder. Most people know we have 5 senses: touch, taste, smell, vision, hearing. But there are actually additional sensory systems that play enormous roles in development. One of them is called proprioception. Proprioception is your body's internal awareness system. It's what allows you to touch your nose with your eyes closed. It's what tells your brain where your arms and legs are without looking. Every muscle and joint contains receptors that constantly send information to the brain. For some children, this system isn't registering information as efficiently. As a result, they seek more input. They crash, jump, push, pull, hang upside down. Not because they're trying to misbehave, because their nervous system is actively searching for information. Imagine trying to listen to a teacher while your phone has only 1 bar of service. You would constantly be trying to find a stronger signal. That's what some children are doing with movement. They're looking for a stronger signal from their own bodies. Now let's talk about another powerful sensory system, the vestibular system. Located inside the inner ear, this system detects movement and changes in head position. It helps us maintain balance, coordinate our eyes, understand where we are in space. I often describe it as the brain's GPS system. Without an effective GPS, the brain has difficulty organizing information about movement and position. This is why some children crave spinning, swinging, climbing, and upside-down play. They're feeding their vestibular system information. And here's what's fascinating. The vestibular system has direct connections to areas of the brain involved in attention, arousal, posture, eye movements, and emotional regulation. Movement doesn't just affect the body. It changes brain function. Parents often see a child who won't sit still, a child who climbs on furniture, a child who constantly fidgets, a child who seems impulsive. But underneath those behaviors may be a nervous system trying to achieve regulation. Think about adults. Some people pace while talking on the phone. Some tap their feet during meetings. Some exercise when stressed. We use movement to regulate ourselves all the time. Children simply do it more visibly. The challenge is that many environments require children to sit, listen, and stay still for long periods. Sometimes the demands exceed what their nervous system can comfortably manage. The behavior is often communication, not defiance, not laziness, not poor parenting. Communication. Here's the part that fascinates me most. Movement isn't just helping children survive the present moment. It's helping build the future brain. When children climb, crawl, balance, jump, swing, and explore, they're strengthening neural pathways that support attention, motor planning, body awareness, coordination, visual tracking, postural control, executive functioning, learning. Movement is literally shaping the architecture of the developing nervous system. So the next time you see a child moving constantly, I want you to ask a different question. Instead of, how do I get them to stop moving? Ask, what is their nervous system seeking? Because when we understand the reason behind behavior, we can support development much more effectively. If you enjoyed this deep dive into child development, make sure to subscribe.